Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the meeting of the Property Subcommittee today, Wednesday, the 4th of October. First item on the agenda, apologies.
Chair, we have received apologies from Councillor Price and Councillor DeVille. Thank you.
Second item, declarations of interest. Do any members of the committee have any declarations of interest? For the record, there are none. Item 3, minutes of the meeting held on the 6th of September 2023. Can I sign those off as a correct record of the previous meeting?
I'll move that.
That is so moved. Item number 4 is the new lease for Stone Youth Centre. Now, Councillor DeVille would ordinarily introduce this item, but Councillor DeVille is absent today, so without further ado, I'll introduce it. There's the introduction done. Who's going to talk to the report? Peter, is it you?
That one's down to me, Chairman. Unfortunately, my colleague is also ill at the moment. They've been there for 5 years, the Baptist Church. They've done a good job in renovating the building. They do want to carry out further work. They need a longer lease in order to make it worthwhile in spending that additional sum, and have requested a new 15-year lease on the same terms, which is essentially a £1 a year nominal rent on a lease which is landlord and tenant excluded. We've concluded negotiations with them, and the terms are as set out in the report.
Thank you. For the record, Staffordshire County Council uses the Rising Brook facility from time to time as a venue for, has used it as a venue for holding council meetings during the COVID crisis, and from time to time uses it for member events. I just wanted to make that clear, but notwithstanding that fact, we look at this with a clear set of eyes. Mr. Turner, any comments?
I'd just like to say that this is kind of one of the good examples of the former youth centres that were put into community use. We've got evidence in the report there of the wide use that is made of the building. We've got a lot of confidence in terms of the organisation, in terms of the way that they have run and used the building over the first 5 years, and that's why we're supporting a longer term lease under the same terms, but one that allows them to invest their own money in the property and making sure that they can keep up a good community asset. Thank you.
Thank you. Rising Brook have a strong track record with us, and I think we would want to be doing, not to situate the debate, of course, we want to be doing what we could to support their endeavours. They do make a significant difference to the local community in the area, and I applaud them for their efforts. The vibrancy of the place, whenever I go there, is second to none, really. There's always something going on at Rising Brook. Finance, any comments?
No comments, Chair.
Goodness, we got the top dog today. Hi, Rob. Legal?
No comments, as the lease is excluded.
Valuation?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Local member input?
I've received no comments, Chair.
Members of the committee, any thoughts or comments?
Yep, just briefly, I'd echo your comments about Rising Brook Baptist Church. I think they do an excellent job, and I think the continuation of this is merited. I think the public benefit is quite strong, so very supportive of that. I also think Top Dog is a compliment. So I think that's a really positive thing as well.
Okay, in the absence of any further comments, there are two components to the recommendation. That a new 15-year lease be granted at the property known as Stone Youth Centre, Station Road, Stone, to Risingbrook Baptist Church on similar terms to the lease granted in 2018 for the use by the tenant for the charitable and community purposes only. Any amendments to the proposed new lease be delegated to the Assistant Director for Commercial and Assets to approve. All those in favour? Agreed. That is approved. Agenda item number 5 is the lease of land to Community Link Stafford and District at Doxey, brought to you by Councillor White.
Thank you very much, Chairman. So this is a recommendation that approval is given to leasing this plot of land to Community Link Stafford and District for a rent of £1 per annum. If demanded, it's for the parking of vehicles in connection with their activities, providing transport to people with mobility difficulties. So the lease would be for a fixed term of 1 year, with Part 2 rights under the Landlord and Tenant Act 1954, excluded commencing on the cessation of the previous lease. Sorry, I rather mangled that. I would like to ask that we provide delegated authority to the Director of Economy, Infrastructure Skills and Director of Corporate Services to enter into the relevant contractual and other arrangements. So this is in some ways similar to the previous item. So Community Link Stafford and District are providing an excellent service for largely vulnerable members of the community in and around Stafford. It is of value to the public. We are able to provide this arrangement, and I think it would be the right thing for us to do to agree to it.
Who's talking to this one? Is it? Oh, Anthony. Mr. Hodge.
Thank you, Chairman. I mean, the only thing I would add is that they have been a really good tenant. Not only do they provide a fantastic service for the community, but they also provide security on site as well, which would otherwise be quite difficult to deal with, and there would be a cost associated with that. So other than what the Deputy Leader has said, I've got nothing further to add. Thank you.
Mr. Turner.
No comments from me, thank you.
Finance.
No comments, thank you.
Cool.
No comments.
I understand that they will be responsible for all outgoings on that basis, and it's L&T excluded. No comments.
Local member.
No comments received, Chair.
The local member is Councillor Winnington, and I just would have been mildly entertained by you reading out Councillor Winnington's comments. When you get the chance to meet him, you might understand why. So, members of the committee, any comments? No. Councillor White, you've pretty much read out the recommendation to kick us off, so I'm not sure you need to read it again.
I think I did it verbatim, so I move those recommendations, please.
Those in favour? For the record, that is unanimous. Agenda item number 6 is the exclusion of the public. I move that the public be excluded from the meeting for the following items of business which involve the likely disclosure of exempt information as defined in the paragraphs of Part 1 of Schedule 12A